12:59. Trent 13:18, and Zaori, I think it was 13:45. We'll keep those timings all in mind. But yeah, game 2, Beast Coast up against the Latam defenders. It feels like a shade of the previous draft, where Latam defenders need good lanes and to be able to win them to win the game.
Yeah, they really do. I think the Lycan though can give a lot of potential in this draft by just sitting bottom, farming it up, maybe get your Storm to rotate for you when you had that Necro 1 and get a nice juicy fight there. Either you get the tower or the Tibdehunter is forced to TP and use his Ravage. So either way, it's going to be something Latam defenders could utilize in the early game. That being said though, I do think this Bloodseeker is going to find a lot of value against this Lycan and Waever in this game.
Oh, for sure. A nice little play by the Earth Spirit, rolling on that bounty rune. That does mean it's a 2 for 2, as Mirana was able to sneak one just in behind them. Returns to that top lane. Mirana tied again. The Gush, the arrows, the right clicks, and Aretes, this Undying in the top spot. Could have some worries facing him in the lane, as we already see the Gush, the arrow, and the right clicks take him down to about half HP. And a curious snipe for the Mirana too. Scofield already making things work up there for him.
Yeah, it's a lot better to play Undying into this Mirana Tibdehunter.
Bowie! Chris Luck is up against that Storm Spirit as Bat in the mid lane. Storm already at 6-0 though with a magic stick, starting to stack up those charges. That Bat Storm lane, it always feels like it could go either way. Like that first kill, it's very a very back and forth laning matchup. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I think at some point the Tibdehunter is gonna have to commit onto this Undying, because the Undying is gonna place himself in a really weird position, and he's running out of regen right now already. So we're gonna see when that breaks out. It's gonna be a bloodbath here, Gary.
Yeah, especially with the Waever into. Oh man, that mid lane. Look at Chris Luck. 5 stacks of napalm on the Storm, but the Overload and the Remnants.
Doesn't care. Doesn't care. This is a really good matchup. I think we talked about this before, right? Where the Batrider can't really Firefly on top of the Storm because of that static Remnant and the Overload. It's so much damage, and then you get the pull under the tower as well. So even though he had 7 sticky charges on him, like Storm just doesn't care one bit.
And just stands his ground, keeps clicking him.
Just feels him. Just feels him. Makes him stronger.
He knows what's up. And in the bottom lane, every time I look down there, K1 is chasing heroes around, forcing salves to come, and last hitting to make himself top of the board. 13-4. While Lycan, yeah, exactly right. Lycan has nothing.
It's getting owned in this lane. I mean, this is I kind of expected this. Bloodseeker is just incredibly powerful as a safe lane carrier, but he does skill up level 2 blood right though. That is not normal.
Interesting. I guess with Shackles and Hex, you're always going to guarantee that it lands, right? So, the first blood of the Storm comes from the Batrider.
Got a little cocky, I guess.
Well, I got a little bit caught up in thinking about that Bloodseeker bottom lane. Well, yeah, the Storm Spirit there. Out of stick charges, out of luck. As Mr. Chris on this Batrider finishes off his bottle. And Earth Spirit was also forced to rotate in here.
I mean, that sometimes happens, if the Storm Spirit makes a few mistakes, but giving away first blood like that.
Mirana's got him. Fairy Fire, maybe not. Oh, the Decay. One of the charges of Decay wore off on the Undying.
Yeah, this Undying looks so sad. If you click on him, he's got no items in his inventory.
Snipes the courier.
Easy money.
Spectacular. Really great for that Mirana. 2 courier snipes, 2 kills on the Undying. And Lycan down bottom in a real sticky spot, but Bloodseeker does have to retreat. Scared of where the Earth Spirit
shots and die.
And you can see Moonlight lurking.
The Fade Ones keep you safe.
Thinking about a roll, but there's a salve for K1. And that top lane now under that tier 1 tower for the Tide means Wisper's going to be farming away. And that allows Scofield to go on a bit of a roaming mission around that first rune spawn. But it's a DD bottom for NaNaNa, safeguarded by the Earth Spirit.
But no bottle though. Uh-oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he went boots first. Just to try and get away from the Batrider here.
Perfect.
Waever top getting arrowed.
Shikuchi out. There is that
Gucci.
one sentry there on the right-hand side of the lane. They're pinging it. Weaver's like, that's where their vision is. They can't chase me anywhere outside of that range. He literally pinged right on top of where the sentry is. So he's got a good read of that. As bottom lane, there it is. Shackles into the level 2 Bloodseeker. Silence and damage. K1 takes down Moonlight.
This is like one of the saddest lanes I've seen in a long time. Lycan, Earthspirit, literally no synergy whatsoever. And then you're fighting into two of the strongest position ones and support hero on the Shadow Shaman. Like, this Lycan's lane is absolutely miserable, but he does have levels, so if he can somehow get to a Necro 1 at a decent timing and get a rotation from the Storm, they can definitely get something going.
Some good bounty runes for Beast Coast as well. Valqu does take one, but it should be a three grab up for Beast Coast, with that one still remaining in the top spot. And it really does start to become this scenario where Moonlight's Earth Spirit, he's level 2 and he might be stuck that way for a while. Like, can he play into mid on the Batrider? Can he go top and roam onto Tide? All of these seem like bad options. Exactly.
This Earth Spirit, I mean, they pick really good heroes against this Earth Spirit. Batrider mid, like, maybe it's probably the best target for him to try and kill. Tibdehunter's lane is already impossible to deal with at this point.
And they'll roll towards Mirana. Soul Rip, my goodness. They get the kill. That's a free lane
the
for
only
Bat.
person they can kill. But Mirana doesn't get the leap off either. She had 10 stick charges. Didn't expect that Earth Spirit to show up.
Yeah, it was a pretty instantaneous death with the boulder, the kick, and the soul rip.
I'm seeing a lot of these Undyings like not max out soul rip anymore and max out tombstone instead. How do you feel about that, Gary?
I really like the two. I like this build, like 1-2 build. Because then you have so much kill threat onto heroes where you're able to actually just take them down. Not so much for the heal onto your allies, but the actual ability just to swing a fight. But if you go more than this, I feel like you just lose all of the like efficacy, all of the strength of the tombstone because you're just not scaling as fast. Bottom lane, Shackles, Bloodseeker does catch the Lycan, but the Storm, Vortex up. Wanted, but they should still grab the K1 kill. Another ball lightning's there, as Shadow Shaman also brought down under the
A lot of space right now. I think, does he have the Necro book coming out? No, he doesn't. He needs about 600 more gold and then he'll have it. Bloodseeker now has to make a decision. Gary, is he gonna go back bottom to defend against the Lycan, or is he gonna go top and try to pressure up the tier 1 there?
What's the answer?
Well, actually, maybe he doesn't need to think about it because Lycan's smoking up with the Earth Spirit.
Oh, mid lane, Undying, burnt.
They want the Batrider kill. He has an invis though. That does not look like a possible kill.
Yeah, they don't have any reveal on them. And Mirana's still here, skirting around that mid lane. Has level 2 arrow ready. Lycan sends some wolves out. Still smoked, but Chryslok's Batrider is a very difficult target to go on. Maybe this 8-minute bounty rune is going to bait him in. Moonlight still hidden behind the trees. Chryslok, the illusion rune, gets stolen away from him. But he just pops into Invis and he runs away. There's a dire sentry. He comes out of Invis now. Like the shapeshifts. Chryslok, he turns and fights. That was really a great setup by Latam defenders. Now moving towards
very
Mirana.
patient. Very patient.
Triple leaps. Lycan, give another rundown though with a shapeshift. Scofield. 2 more leaps to go. Lycan, you're not going to chase all the way into that tier 2. Well, they were super patient waiting for it. As Undying picked off by K1 in the bottom lane, securing the Bloodseeker. Bit of a return after that death down by the bottom tier 1.
It's very farmed on Bloodseeker. Going for that Maelstrom next item. Has it in about 300 gold. It's a very fast Maelstrom with power treads.
Yeah, and then you kind of compare him to the Waever, and then compare the Waever to the Tide, and you realize, hang on a second, Wisper with 3,500 net worth is having a grand time in that top lane.
Things ain't adding up.
Hey, he's nearly got Vlad's done, hey?
Got the Necro 1 though, at least on the Lycan, so that's gonna help him farm very fast and put some pressure onto this tier 1 tower bottom maybe. We need to see Storm be more active. I don't think this is the kind of game where you can just sit back and farm up at all. You have a Lycan and a Waever on your team. You're gonna have to make space for these guys so they can make space for you later.
Just don't forget Storm is playing that very important secondary game, the race towards Orchid, so we can all figure out who's the winner with our timings. Oh, that arrow trying to get in onto the Storm. Undying at this point, he's just a casualty of war every time he steps out onto lane. I don't even know where he died.
Yeah, I want to know how many deaths in total he'll have after these 2 games, or after the series.
Quite a lot, but they roll on Batrider, unfortunately missing the rolling boulder, and they've lassoed the Storm into the Star Storm.
No arrow though.
Firefly's going, but yeah, the arrow did miss, allowing the Storm to get a regen rune and bail away from danger. Pops the regen, trying to ball lightning away from the hit of the Batrider, who gets rolled upon, and the Weaver's arrival, Shikuchi in, Chris Luck.
That's looking dead.
Flame break for 3 more seconds. The Batrider's screwed over here. Not getting the follow-up he needed, and the Latam defenders take him down, while the Rupture on Lycan allows K1 and Stinger to chase forward. He's half HP, and that Blood Right's going to be able to secure him. Or maybe not. K1 retreats.
Undying.
Valqu is all right. The Undying keeps them all up and running, allowing the kill on Stinger, while this roll forward, Spirit nearly snipes the Courier. A chain reaction of events there.
K1 had to leave that because the Storm's region was still running. The Batrider, last-ditch effort, tried to cancel that region. NaNaNa didn't let him do it.
And then Wisper's Tide comes in, puts himself in front of the tier 1.
And that's it.
Killing the catapult, and that's done.
That's the end of the push. Tibdehunter shows up. All right, guys, pack it up. Time to go home.
Time to go jungle. Batrider has his travels now, at least. Oh, Cucahook. Flame break back into the Firefly. Time lapse away. Chris Luck was just trying to force that ulti out of the Weaver.
Dude, this Weaver is like 2,000 gold behind K1. K1's already at Maelstrom going towards the BKB. Weaver just got his javelin. My goodness.
That's pretty nuts. Storm TP's mid to zip into the jungle. That's his home now. Shadow Shaman getting initiated on by Moonlight. Solo magnetize, and now a Moonlight Shadow with a Blood Right into shackles. Stinger has found a setup here onto the Earth Spirit, who has 1 charges in a roll, but K1's damage just way too much. Way more than he could handle.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, and an arrow on. Oh, that caught the Undying. I think Scofield is committing for that.
Our Spirit doesn't have magnetize, so this next tower defense mid, it's not gonna look too hot. They do have an arcane rune on the Storm. They would like to fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh god, he's left.
Oh, no way they caught the Storm.
Yep, he's dead. All right, rip. Orchid timing. He's still ways away.
How did he die there? I was watching that happen. I saw the Batrider chase him. Storm ran away. I look away, and then he's lassoed.
That's it. He just lassoed him. He just chased him down and lassoed him. Storm didn't jump away. He didn't want to waste any mana because he had an arcane rune. He was hoping that they would just get off him and they would take the fight.
Gotcha. And this opens up a tier 1. Serpent Ward's there. And Wisper just frontlining as the shapeshifted Lycan wants to kick off a fight. Storm's TPing in, and there's Moonlight with a roll towards Tide, but this is into Ravage. Tide's just going to use it, catches everybody. Now the retreat from Beastcoast, though, as Valqu Lycan shifting forward, but ruptured up, forced the TP. Follow through not available as the roll will move forward, trying to save the Storm, but no, it's gone too deep. And Moonlight, he went in for the saving move, but loses his life with Aretes left all alone. It's a double kill for K1, and Beastcoast, they pull the trap card, they suck them in, and they make sure that after that Ravage was used, they got the team fight win.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're out. I mean, that's all they had to do. They just baited Latam defenders into them. Latam defenders feel like, okay, at this point, we can't really farm our way back into the game. Let's take the fight, but man, they're really lacking the lockdowns. The Storm pull is pretty much the best spell they got for a lockdown, apart from the Earth Spirit. But Earth Spirit, you know, it's not always guaranteed it's gonna hit somebody.
And Undying with level 1 Tombstone. Like when your fights are so important to get you back in the game, it feels like Tombstone is one of those tools you could have. That's a thorn in the side of Beast Coast, but at level 1, the Mirana just hits it a couple of times, and it's all gone.
NaNaNa. He's triggered.
There's a regenerate bottled. He'll be able to use it as he gets out of there, and Moonlight, well, yet again baited in by his spirit brother.
Oh man. What was the other game? It was like the Storm and the Earth Spirit. They got some kills together, and this time, this Storm and Earth Spirit are like baiting each other. Yeah.
Yeah. We could do it, big brother. Oh no, we can't. And what is the Storm's Orchid timing going to be? It's like past 15 minutes already. So who was the highest? Zyori was the highest, 13:45. He's going to be the closest, but I think everyone's a loser in this scenario. They do jump Wisper, but they've already spent all of their stuns.
I'm sorry, but the only loser right now is the one who's not able to still finish the Orchid. He's having a
That's why I said we're all losers here.
Death tax.
This is a very sad game for Storm Spirit. I mean, he can't really help it though, right? He's got a Lycan and a Waever on his team. There's no support available for him. Like these are like position 1 heroes on the side lanes, and they just need to farm, and they didn't win their lane either. It's just a disaster all around.
They're like backstab position 1s as well. They're not like frontlining or team fight starting pos 1s like a Wraith King, for example. These are heroes that want to backstab, kill supports, and Storm, I mean, all 3 of their cores want to do the same thing. They drop a tombstone mid as Latam defenders move towards Stinger, but he's Serpent Wards and Shackles. It's ended in an instant though. Vortex on the Mirana, and a Ravage from Wisper. It's a huge one yet again with a Blood Right from K1. He gets a double kill straight out of it. Aretes is going to get hounded by this K1 Bloodseeker now. S&Y, Maelstrom, Treads, and there we go with a triple kill for him. Arrow towards Cucahook's Waever. He's got time lapse and more Shikuchis up his sleeve. Batrider not going to be able to follow through on it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Try to make
but it's another game here where Beast Coast just feel like they are the prime team in South America right now.
They're the kings.
Untouchable.
This is the kings of South America right here. You're watching them play, and for good reason.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You know, a lot of people, Gary, don't know that this team exactly got top 8 at TI.
Yeah, when they were infamous, right?
Was it Infamous? Was that their team name? I can't remember what the team, but this exact players.
It was. I think it was before they became Hamburguesa, the cheeseburger cats or the hamburger cats.
It was Beast Coast. Okay, there we go.
It was still Beast Coast. Okay.
Yes, it was still Beast Coast. I thought it was, but then you know, you made me doubt myself there for a second. So I wasn't sure anymore.
Maybe I'm confused.
And I will tell you, getting top 8 at TI is not a joke. That is a big deal, and you know they got a good chunk of money and a lot of confidence as well, and it really goes to show in all these games.
And they find K1 silencing him up. He's pretty tanky with the Sanjin Yasha though, and yeah, he turns. He realizes they can probably fight this 1v2. Dodges the roll. Stinger's there. Oh, Moonlight. We've seen this story before. Storm has baited him in, and look at Scofield. He is very sneakily lining up an arrow, Starstorm, Spirit Vessel. Oh, NaNaNa tried to ball lightning away, spot it under the Thirst, and another Spirit Vessel charge with a Flame Break. That setup from Scofield was gorgeous. Yeah, it was infamous in 2019. Okay, I'm not crazy.
I got debated by our South
You got debated by Bowie. Yes!
They were definitely infamous. Yeah, you're right. They were definitely infamous. That was
doubting myself there for a second. Jeez. As soon as you mentioned Bowie's name, I'm like, yeah, okay, I concede. He's right.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, they were infamous. They beat out Keen Gaming, Newbie, and then they lost to Secret 2-0. They were the Chinese players in the loser bracket.
Yeah, no one knew what to expect from them. Oh, Tibdehunter, Hood, Vlad's nearly with his pipe done.
It's up in 2019. Oh, I forgot.
Storm? I mean, he's got his orchid. I didn't realize realize what time it was, but he's been ravaged and lassoed. He gets the pick off on the Shadow Shaman. The rest of his team's like, what do we do? Shadow Shaman buys back, the Undying drops his tombstone, and Aretes is there, he's trying. Bless his little Undying heart, but he can't stand up against it. While K1, he ruptured the Lycan, but it is a swift TP home. As Scofield is picked off by all the summons. Where is that? In the Radiant Triangle?
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, it's miles away, and he's trying to look at the wolf. Hunt the courier, Wolfie.
It's got a BKB on it. I mean, this guy is so far in the Bloodseeker. SNY, Maelstrom, BKB, not even 20 minutes into the game, Gary. I don't know what the Bloodseeker's highest GPM at 20 minutes is, but this is somewhere up there.
600. Yeah, it's like 678. It doesn't read as an amazing GPM, but it's 20 minutes into the game. That's the kicker. Dire outpost top, probably not going to last too long. 20 minutes hits and bounty runes have spawned. But Beast Coast here, yeah, they're pinging it now. Roshan Pit is fully under their control. They'll just walk it in, not even bothering to take a team fight before it. They're feeling incredibly strong. One of the big things Latam defenders really lacks is the big team fight. Earth Spirit is their primary hero for that.
I mean, they got the tomb, but it's against Mirana and also the Shadow Shaman with the wards, and Beast Coast is just a smart team. They're not going to play around these high grounds and let themselves get tombed.
On the back. That is a good pick off. They've taken him down low enough that the BKB won't work out for them. But Roshan, it's been claimed by K1, and this Earth Spirit shackled up. Not going to be able to roll away. And that was a storm with an arcane rune. Feels so bad when you're itching to fight. It's nearly Roshan time. You've got arcane storm, but you just can't find that easy access towards an actual team fight you can take.
Wait, what was the timing on the Storm Orchid again at the end?
I don't know. I lost track.
You just gave up. You just gave up when it wasn't the time that you said.
No, it wasn't just my time. It went past 15 minutes, and then we claimed Zyri was the victor because he had the highest number. So I just give Zyri the win. He needs one.
Damn, the savagery. I mean, you know, Gary, like the previous game, I think Bowie was catching strays, and now you're sending some Zyori's way.
Yeah, you've got to keep them in check, you know? Lycan being kept in check by the Bat and the Mirana. Very boldly pushing that top lane. Storm Spirit, or the BKB from Chris Lark. What's he going to do? Blink away? Try and fight? They're jumping in, jumping out. Scofield still trying to think about this leap into arrow play as they do silence the Mirana.
They have mana.
But exactly right. NaNaNa's like out of mana pretty much completely, but the Earth Spirit roll has been baited in by his teammate. The Storm has died, and Earth Spirit with magnetized, he's going to kill
Chris Lark. That's a play.
At the very least, he gets that done. But meanwhile, in bottom lane,
in Japan over here, this is what's happening.
Going from Beast Coast to East Coast right now, off to the right-hand side of the map. The Waever thinking about the backstab, but these Serpent Wards have already cleared through the tier 3, and Moonlight, oh, he's got to get out of the blood right. K1 still chasing, ruptured up Earth Spirit, finds the kill.
And the Waever, oh no, the Waever arrow!
What is Waever up to back there? Just dying as a ravage from Wisper takes the bug out, dead for 50 seconds, and the Serpent Wards are still up, shredding through the barracks in this bottom lane. Lycan shape-shifting when his Weaver's dead. Let's see what Valqu can do, because Storm Spirit zips in, aiming the Shadow Shaman. Moonlight with a good roll. They found a jump onto Scofield's Mirana now, and trying to focus her down. They just pop wands and turn away. Storm's out of mana, Lycan can't stick on a target, and shackled up, he's gonna die.
NaNaNa says, stack neutrals. We can come back into this game. Let's go. Just joking.
It's over.
It's over.
Aretes calls GG. NaNaNa wants out of here as well. Beast Coast, just the shining golden gods of South America right now. They seem untouchable.
Absolutely. I mean, I want to watch these guys play.